My daughter was kidnapped by a vampire. Please, help us. I have $500,000 for you now, and I will pay you another $2 million when you bring my daughter home safely.
I only take Bitcoin.
It may be too late.
If she has already been taken by the vampire, and if she should ever be killed, let it be without suffering.
You're the boss.
What is her name?
Charlotte. She is my most precious daughter. Now, hurry. My son has also hired other hunters.
We come for your daughter, Cuck. I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Hyde, gone, hung from a doorknob. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Dee, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up drunk on Centauri whiskey, snuffed through both nostrils, darts in one hand, hot knife in the other, blitzed as Jedi on a heroic dose of LSD, talking about ex-Japan all night. Even Carrie Fisher would have been proud. Whoa, didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, it always amused me that every adventurer throughout history challenges Dracula the exact same way. Direct assault, boldly announcing themselves under a full moon, and while all his minions are gathered. If you're not a superhero with magic powers, I'd imagine it'd be quite difficult to kill him this way if your name's not Belmont. Wouldn't it have been smarter to at least come up with some kind of a plan, like at least attacking during the daytime with an angry mob and torching his castle? We'd probably still die though. Even with missiles and armored vehicles, I think it'd be wiser to sneak in like Solid Snake, discreetly taking out enemies, rescuing the girl, and then escaping. That wouldn't make a very good video game. It's sad to say, but I'd side with Dracula in this situation. He's not really doing anything wrong. He's not threatening humanity or planning to take over the world. He's just kidnapping a maiden every time he gets bored. Comes with living with Dracula. Bad news for the guy whose daughter is being kidnapped, but for most of humanity, it's extremely destructive to declare war on Dracula, ultimately resulting in way more lives lost. The first thing I'd ask Dee is, what's the engine CC? What's the storage capacity? It is a robot horse after all. You don't see those riding around every day. Look at how long this is going for, and I'm fast forwarding triple speed. I'll let the game speak for itself for a bit.
12,090 AD.
War was beginning.
10,000 years have passed since
the Jetator swore to regain for man his lost knowledge and freedom.
the final war brought the history of the human race to its end.
Oh,
The vampires have reigned over the world since that time.
you can't just let Dracula do as he pleases. He's immortal, so he'd reign forever. He's considered a blight on humanity by the church. I'd say, give peace a chance, live and let live. Or in this case, live and let die, cause a sacrifice every now and then.
And continue their horrific attacks against humans. Such action has prompted the proliferation of bounty hunters to destroy them.
And he brought the Statue of Liberty to life to do his dirty work. There's a lot more worse people living in humanity we deal with that are way worse than Dracula and cause way more death and loss of freedom. Dracula is a saint in comparison. Not even speaking metaphorically, there are way more evil people in this world than Dracula. Look at 9/11 and stuff. That was planned and carried out by humans. I don't want to get political, so I'll leave it at that. Moving along, I think symbolically it was meant to be an abstracted out metaphor for World War I.
So, there's Meyer Link and the Marcus brothers who are after him. All the pieces are in place.
This is going to make masturbating extremely awkward.
Chase, the legendary castle. I thought it had already fallen to ruin. I wonder what brought Meyer Link here.
Lord, please forgive me for whatever sins I committed. These controls are unholy. Do I even need to describe how atrocious these controls are? Resident Evil controls in a Castlevania game. Is this someone's sick idea of a joke? 0 out of 10. Shh, we have to be extremely stealthy. This is a sneaking mission. I hope no one heard that.
Be careful, Dee. This castle has an evil air. I've never felt anything like it before.
I have in like every single Castlevania game ever. Oh my god, it's like impossible to walk in a straight line. Get Milkies.
This must be a portrait of Carmilla.
Her tits
the
are
mistress
hypnotic.
who
I
resided
can't
in
stop
this
staring.
castle.
10 out of 10. Just ditch the obviously a vampire haircut.
People used to call her the Bloody Countess. Her extreme ferocity incurred the wrath of the Vampire King, and he destroyed her himself.
I'd like to destroy her myself.
I guess we should be thankful to the king. She could have been an unbeatable enemy.
Dracula's castle, gone completely insane from just trying to find the bathroom. Every vampire lord keeps an autistically overly complicated castle, hilariously impractical in every single way. The castle is a maze filled with booby traps, monsters patrolling the halls, and locked doors, of course. And the whole thing's mirrored too, because Dracula can alter reality and stuff. The most cliched ever vampire lord, gravity-defying steampunk castles. Dracula's castle is hell. Oops, I forgot. We're infiltrating. What is this, a Bond movie? Even the Galactic Empire didn't have eye lasers. I'm not, interrupting anything, am I?
Encountered the enemy requesting backup.
Want my cigarette butts?
Yummy. Feed me more.
I'm playing on normal difficulty, and the mobs patrolling the hallways are brutal. And you don't get anything from killing them. No items, no XP, no score, nothing. So it's like a Resident Evil game, where it's better to run and conserve ammunition. Or in this case, health. Sometimes you'll die and that talking hand thing will randomly bring you back to life. It makes 0 sense. Sometimes it revives you, sometimes it just leaves you to die. If D dies, the hand thing goes with him, right? Why would the hand ever leave D to die? As I said, it's completely random.
You should have listened to my advice. Very well. I will shred you to pieces.
It's quiet now. Should we go inside?
Who disturbs me?
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
I'm here for the young woman.
Here for the young womb.
I see. You are also a hunter. I will deal with you as I please.
But enough talk.
You must be a Dun Peel. Why do you hunt us for the humans? We share the same blood.
shameless sellout.
I see you're here for the money. Shame on you. Die, traitor.
But enough talk. How about you? After all the true vampires are exterminated, they'll obviously come for the done peels next. Why accelerate your own demise? What does he need all that money for anyway? I doubt he has particularly high living expenses. He's a vampire and he's constantly on the road. Makes you wonder what kind of funked up shit D is up to, huh? I said funked. Meyer Link is immortal. The explosions don't hurt him. He deflects. He weaves. He taunts you menacingly. This is an abomination, but authentic to how vampire lords duel. Ever watched Hellsing? It's beneath a vampire lord to dodge, so they take turns tanking hits until one of them can no longer regenerate. It's like trying to play Devil May Cry with old school Resident Evil tank controls. I need another cigarette. Speaking of the undead, a word or two needs to be spoken in memory of our dear Spoony, who as of 2 years ago has yet to produce a scripted video review. He appears to have gone completely insane, trapped within Twitter limbo, his brain completely melted.
I've heard talks of a skillful hunter who is a done peel. You must be D.
Damn you, that was the worst boss fight ever.
Meyer Link, I thought you never hurt humans.
Someone commented in another video mocking this concept of mud dark times in relation to Spoony cultists claiming to owe their survival in some aspect to Spoony's reviews helping them through these dark times. To be honest, yes, some people live very dark lives, full of suffering and despair, and Spoony offered them a very intimate, personalized form of escapism, giving them the strength they needed to endure life's soul-crushing hardships. Some managed to claw their way out of that abyss, go beyond their own anguishing depression, emerge from the other side, and go on to live successful lives. And now that Spoony has come upon dark times of his own, without a moment's thought or hesitation offer him salvation, sustaining him even though his days of productivity are long gone. These God-forsaken souls may have been damned to a hellish existence for years, and now that their fortunes have improved, they'll continue paying him back years in kind, regardless of what happens. So you may never see an end to that Patreon money. Not by my estimate, at least. Like two vampires sucking each other's blood, locked in a perpetual feedback loop. Admirable, if not completely insane. They're not beyond criticism. I choose not to. There's no point. It's their money, and it's for deeply personal reasons. It's between Spoony, themselves, and the Almighty, as I said, and only Allah can pass judgment upon them. Do I believe 100% full recovery is possible? I'm of the opinion he's too far gone, and his sanity is lost forever. I don't think he'll ever be quite the same again. It's not just his soul that's in jeopardy, it's also his liver. He needs to let go of the bottle, exorcise himself of the demonic spirit that's devouring his soul through Twitter, and get red-pilled. Can you imagine that? A right-wing Spoony one? It's the only thing that can save his career at this stage. Our time is at its end. I hope you enjoyed this video. Keep an eye open for parts 2 and 3. This is the announcer guy from Final Fantasy X, wishing you ladylike luck tonight.